Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. Um, it is so out. I'm sitting here on my deck, and it's just like the perfect weather right now. So I'm excited to connect in with you all and just connect in with the energy that's happening this week because there is a bunch of stuff happening. So I'm going to get started. We'll see who pops on, but definitely say hi if you are here. Um, yeah, welcome, welcome. All right. So there has been a ton of stuff that I've been tuning into this week, and just like a ton of stuff going on in my own life, and just a lot of energetics that I feel like are really big and potent, and energy shifting really potently around us. So, hi, oh, hi, Andrea, hi, Valeria, hi, Tao. So, I'm so excited you guys are here. Okay, sending you so much love. Whew, I can feel your energy. Okay, so there's a few things that I wanted to talk about this week that I've really been tuning into pretty strongly. Um, I guess past lives are the first thing I want to talk about because I've had some really powerful past life healings and clearings with clients. And I'm seeing this kind of as a theme where I talked a little bit last week about this like karmic reckoning that's happening and the clearing of karmic patterns that's happening right now where people are like getting to this place, and I've talked to so many people about this, so it's crazy. I feel like everyone is kind of feeling this, and please comment and let me know if you're feeling this, um, where people are like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just complete with this energy, whether it be a relationship energy or just a way that you have been engaging with the world, that you're just kind of like in this very like non-dramatic way. You're just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. And in that space, it something new is coming in, right? And I think that's what we're really feeling this week is like, how are we stepping more fully into that fullest expression of who we are in the void of these karmic patterns that are dissolving as we speak, and they are literally dissolving like right now. And I know this is written in the astrology, and I know I'm always talking about the astrology because I'm so incredibly fascinated by it right now. It's really, really telling of the energetic influences and patterns that we're seeing on an individual and collective level. So again, I'm seeing a lot of people being done with certain ways of living and ways of being, that all of a sudden they're just like, okay, not doing this anymore. I'm not relating in this way anymore. I am not going into these energy dynamics and patterns anymore. I am complete and I'm ready to create something new. And that's where the past life element to this comes in, because these karmic patterns that we are completing with are patterns, are energetic patterns and dynamics that we have engaged in for lifetimes, that we have come back again and again to attempt to resolve or complete with these energetic dynamics, because we're trying to end that karmic cycle. And now in this lifetime, at this time, we are ending these karmic cycles. And what I'm seeing is that a lot of people are having these almost like not spontaneous, but seemingly spontaneous past life healings and clearings because of certain traumatic experiences or agreements or vows that we made in other lifetimes, that we now are coming to completion with those energies. So say in one lifetime we had this traumatic thing happen, and then in every lifetime after that we've been playing out the same kind of traumatic dynamics, whether we reenact the trauma or we re-inflict the trauma in some way. We're playing out that energy cycle, that energy pattern in some way. Now we are complete with it. So what I'm seeing is I had a client who is in the metamorphosis. She had this, we both kind of had this memory. It almost happened like she had it, I had it when I was tuning into her, of this lifetime where something really traumatic happened, and she's had all of these fears and anxieties around this specific thing her whole life, not really knowing why. And now we were able to tune into the lifetime where this traumatic cycle started and clear it and shift it for good. And now she's seeing a tremendous shift in her energy where she used to have extreme anxiety, which is now almost completely gone because we've cleared this past life pattern. So I feel like this is what's happening for a lot of people. And now what I'm seeing is people even coming to me saying, this is what I want, this is what my goal is, this is what I want to achieve in our work together. And I'm almost immediately able to see a past life where that pattern was created so that we can clear it. Hold on, my dog is trying to get in the house. So anyway, that is so powerful. And I was talking about this on Clubhouse this week when I have my monthly Clubhouse with Jocelyn. And we were talking about this because it seems very prevalent right now that we're healing a lot of this past life trauma, because a lot of the deeper wounding and deeper trauma that we're holding in our cellular memory is not even from this lifetime. It's usually ancestral, or it's something that happened to us in another life that we're now able to finally rectify and clear, because what we came here in this lifetime to do is to create the new earth, is to create something new. And so we have to complete with these energetic cycles. It just has to happen. So I'm seeing this so much with so many different people in so many different ways. So like now it's like people are coming to me, and I never was like somebody who really worked deeply with past lives. I've done a lot of my own past life healing, and I'm able to see past life wounding in the Akashic records. However, now I feel like because of the energies that are presenting themselves and how important it is for us to do this past life clearing at this time, I'm just getting so much of that information as I'm tuning into people's fields. So I just think it's such a powerful time right now to do this past life clearing, and in whatever way it's coming up, because that is the next level that we're stepping into as a collective, like the evolution of humanity. We're no longer going to be able to hold these lower frequency energies in the body, because we're raising our frequency, the energy's speeding up, we're ascending. So we're not going to be able to hold these lower frequency energies in our body from past lives, that ancestral trauma, the past life trauma. We just can't hold it anymore. It's like two magnets repelling each other. It just doesn't go together, and it's actually not going to be able to coexist with that higher frequency energy that we're bringing into our bodies. So it has to go. And what that looks like is these deep healings and clearings that a lot of us are going through, and that I am basically helping everybody that I'm working with go through as well right now. So that's one of the biggest things that I'm seeing and tuning into right now, that I feel like is like just prevalent with everyone I'm seeing. And I just want to go to the comments to see what everyone is saying about this. Patricia says, for sure, old patterns, BS beliefs gone. Totally. Hi, Juanita. Lily says, I've been using the exact same words over and over. I'm done with this. I am done. And Valeria has too. Oh my God, totally. Okay, cool. So I knew you guys would be feeling it too. It seems like everybody is, especially like if you are conscious, if you are on a spiritual path in any way, you're definitely feeling this. So I'm not surprised. So yeah, I'm seeing that really strongly in my own life and with everybody that I'm working with right now. It's just time. And I think what we're going to see moving forward in the rest of 2021 is shedding even more deeper layers of these old belief systems and old patterns and these lifetimes of having this um, trauma and limitation and lack and scarcity. It's just going to be slowly dissolving. And as we do that, what's going to end up happening is you're going to discover your gifts on an even deeper level than you already have. So, like, for instance, like I was just saying, um, I up until recently, I didn't tune into past life stuff a lot. And now all of a sudden I am, right? And there's all this other stuff that all these other energy healing techniques that are getting downloaded to me, and these other ways that I'm supposed to be leading and movements that I'm supposed to be creating that I wasn't tuned into before because I was still holding some of that lower frequency energy. And I think that's what's going to be happening with everyone as you continue to clear this deeper past life stuff, this deeper ancestral stuff, that all of a sudden, like, you're just going to become super hyper aware of things that you're capable of that you hadn't even previously been aware of, and ways that you're able to help people, and ways that you're able to raise the frequency of the planet and raise your own frequency that you didn't even know existed previously. And you're going to be making choices and decisions about your life that you hadn't previously thought of before, whether it's where you live, who you're in a relationship with, who you surround yourself with, like all of these things that maybe you didn't give as much thought to before. Now you're going to be pulled in the direction of making different types of decisions, wanting to be maybe in a different area or around different people, or being attracted to different things, different ways of being, different foods, different diets, everything. It feels like everything is kind of getting like completely like shaken up and shifting drastically, is what it feels like to me. So let me know if that is making sense. Valeria says this is definitely showing up for me. I did an ancestral healing on myself 2 days ago. Yeah, the ancestral stuff is really big right now. Hi, Lydia. So yeah, so that is one of the biggest things I'm tuning into right now. And then what else? Oh, the telepathy thing is so strong. I feel like literally everything that I'm thinking about, like, either like manifests or happens like immediately. Like, it is the craziest, weirdest thing. Like, I literally will think about someone and they email me, or I'll like email someone. This happened the other day where somebody said to me, I was talking in the mastermind that I'm a part of. We were talking about like strategic partnerships or whatever, and it reminded me of somebody that we had planned to do a partnership, and then like we hadn't heard from each other in a while, so I immediately like emailed her, and then she wrote back and she was like, oh my god, the telepathy must be so strong because I was literally just thinking about you. And I feel like stuff like that is happening all the time, where we really are able to communicate telepathically. Like, that is as we step into fully conscious beings, being fully conscious and fully aware of who we really are, where we come from, what we're capable of, and why we're here, as we're stepping into these higher states of consciousness where we're fully conscious. That's how fully conscious beings communicate. They actually don't talk. They just communicate telepathically, and we have that ability as well. And that is 100% coming online right now, especially as we're releasing these deeper ancestral and karmic and past life patterns. So as these things gradually release from your system, you're going to start to notice these abilities like I was talking about. But telepathy is our natural way of communicating. We're doing it anyway. It's just about tuning into it. So if you think about it like that, it's not really something that you have to like practice or try to do. It's something you're already doing that you just have to tune into. that's kind of how I describe everything, actually. Like with the Akashic Records, for instance, like and I'm guessing probably all of you, we're all, there's a part of us that is already existing in the Akashic Records. It's already tuned into that frequency. We just need to consciously and intentionally tune our consciousness into that frequency at that time. It's the same with telepathy. It's just about tuning into the part of you that is already telepathically communicating with other people. And I do it with close friends and clients all the time, right? Like I will think about something and then I'll actually even forget whether I actually told them or I only telepathically told them. And then it'll even happen with like people that I know I'm supposed to work with as a client. Like I'll just get the message like that person is supposed to work with you, and then I'll like send them a telepathic message of like, hey, like I see you over there whenever you're ready, like let's do this, you know. So the telepathic communication is really strong right now. I'd love to hear, oh wait, I want to see what Lydia's saying here. Lydia goes, wait, where did that go? Oh, the telepathy is out of control for me. It's so funny, Lydia, because literally as I was saying this, I was thinking of you and how your telepathy is really strong. So that's really funny. Lydia says the telepathy is out of control for me. I need to be careful. Even people I think, wait, this just keeps going away. Even people that I think about and don't necessarily want to talk to are contacting me. I know you do have to be careful, right? And I know everyone's thinking that. Hi, Ruby. So yeah, so that is huge right now. The telepathy game is like out of control strong, and it's really just about like tuning into it and using it. Like let's all use it. Some of my close friends and I will talk about it all the time, that we're always like using telepathy, but just like consciously tuning into it and consciously just making sure you're doing it consciously as much as possible, so we can continue to like train ourselves, because that's what we're stepping into. Like we have that ability, and it's only going to get stronger and stronger. Like especially like if like technology, like if we lose internet or whatever for a certain amount of time, like if we can telepathically communicate, like we're good. So that's a huge one. So yeah, so that was the other really big thing that I've been noticing. And then the last thing I just wanted to talk about is, you know, I've been getting all of these really strong messages about, it's almost like leading the charge in really stepping forward into creating the new earth. And what I mean by that is, I've been shown really strongly, and I've been feeling really strongly around supporting other leaders in the movements that they're creating, and going deeper spiritually and stepping into this creation of the new earth. So and I'm gradually getting my head around that and what that means, but what it really means to me is like this merging of our individual spiritual advancement and the advancement and acceleration of the growth of our soul, and merging that with the advancement and acceleration of the planet and the spiritual advancement of the planet. So there's something, because you know my course, The Awakening, is all about having a spiritual awakening, but I'm actually like revamping the course now to merge it with having like this deep spiritual awakening while simultaneously contributing deeply to the spiritual awakening of consciousness on the planet. So it's this merging of the ideas of individual spiritual awakening, individual spiritual advancement, and planetary advancement. So this is this message that I've been getting really strongly from my guides, and I'm wondering if anyone else is feeling this or if this is making sense to you. But it's almost like those two things can't exist separately, and now they have to come together in this way where you can't have one without the other, right? So not only are we like, how are we advancing ourselves spiritually, and how are we fiercely dedicated to that, but in doing that we have to also be fiercely dedicated to the spiritual advancement of the planet and creating the new earth. So that's something that I'm really deeply tuning into, and I'm actually revamping my program, The Awakening, to be completely centered around that. And I'm going to be relaunching that in the next couple weeks here, which I'm really excited about. So that is the other really big piece that I'm tuning into here. Is it's like what I'm seeing as I'm tuning into the next like 6 months to a year is a lot about us coming together in these like community type ways, whether it be local communities. And that's another thing that's happening. I literally can't walk outside anymore without running into someone that is totally like awake and on the same page as me, that wants to like start like a local community. So like that keeps happening to me too, which is really freaking wild and amazing. I've had the craziest synchronicities start to happen to me lately, and even just people reaching out to me out of nowhere being like, I like what you're saying and we need to like come together in some type of community, like locally or otherwise. So that's what I'm seeing, especially as we're moving into the new year, is more and more of this like, not only are we wanting to have our own personal growth, but it's also going to be much more oriented to the growth of the collective, the growth of the planet, and what we're really moving into and really intentionally visualizing and creating that. And this is the age of Aquarius, right? Like this is what that means, is it's not just about the individual anymore, it's about the collective. So I'm really seeing that very strongly and feeling very drawn and very guided to kind of like take more of a stand and lead even more of a charge around that, which is what the awakening is going to be all about. And having that community support and kind of like charge forward of like, what are we creating here and how can we support each other in creating that? So yeah, so that's what I'm kind of tuning into here. Let's check the comments. Yes. Hi, Brittany. Oh, thanks, Lydia. Hi, Jennifer. Yeah, so that's kind of everything that I've been tuning into this week. And I would love to hear, how this is landing for you, and what you're experiencing around like these karmic patterns and what you guys have been releasing, because it's so important to talk about this stuff and acknowledge it and get support around it, right? I mean, support is everything right now. Like, I would not be where I am without all of the support that I get from multiple people. So getting support is so important as we move through these deeper karmic patterns and cycles, because if we are trying to do it on our own, it can become difficult and it can become sticky. So we definitely want to get aligned support that feels cohesive for you right now, where it's a soft place to land. We all need that right now, because it can feel lonely at times. It can feel isolating at times when you are having this deep spiritual awakening and maybe the people around you aren't quite there, or they're like happy for you but they're not quite getting it, or they don't get it at all. Whatever you're experiencing, it's so important to connect regularly with like-minded people who can support you in a very deep way. That is needed right now, and it's actually required to do the level of work that we are really here to do. It's not really an option, in my opinion. So that's another thing that always, guys, figuring out where you're getting support and how you are taking care of yourself during these times. Like, I am making it a point to like really do deep care for myself. Not only do I get support from multiple people in my business and healers, I also have been getting massages regularly. and been really setting incredibly strong boundaries with what I'm available for energetically and what I'm not available for energetically. And it's not really a question anymore. We have to do that if we are really going to step forward as light workers and change agents and change the planet. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to continue to clear our trauma. We have to hold ourselves in the highest regard, and we have to be stewards for our own energy. It's not a non-negotiable at this point. So yeah, so if you have any questions or you're wanting a deeper level of support in moving through all of this and having a deeper spiritual awakening, clearing your trauma, and really stepping into the fully expressed version of you, reach out to me and we'll discuss how we can make that happen. But for now, I am going to hop off. I'm actually going to get a massage right now. So I am going to go do that, but have an amazing weekend, and I will connect with all of you soon. Love you. Bye.